Hey guys.
YouTube.
So, I'm gonna be quiet because of what time it is right now. Um, and we're just gonna get straight into this because it's a really long video. I have him sped up a bit. It's painful. I can't do a long video. Let's just get straight into it because he makes claims here, guys. He makes full-on claims like that he's presenting as fact. And we're gonna talk about that in a second here.
I plan to live to 100 by following this complete vegan nutrition guide developed by our team using the latest nutrition science and insights from thousands of clients that we've worked with directly.
I'm sorry it's so fast, guys, but it's 47 minutes long.
This strategy is not about giving up your favorite foods.
By the way, vegan and living to 100. Would that be called an oxymoron? Because that's impossible. You will not live to 100 years old. Too many vegans have already proven this. So many have died early. The ones who haven't, I would almost assume went vegan a lot later. Yeah, I don't know, but we've seen far too many vegan people die early. Baxter Montgomery, recent, very, very recent. He was only 59 years old. 59! He was younger than my mom, and he died at only, he's supposed to be a heart doctor. He's supposed to be the healthiest guy on the planet. With all the claims you make in this video coming, I haven't played all the claims yet, but I really I'm not convinced after seeing all of the deaths of the vegan people in their 40s and 50s. I'm not convinced. I've seen far too many early deaths from the vegans. And it wasn't like they went into a jungle and got killed by a lion, okay? That's not what happened in any of these cases. They were sick or they had some kind of heart thing or something. And it's a lot of the times, it's a lot of heavily plant-based or vegan people. A lot of the times. Okay? A lot of the times. How many carnivores? Can someone give me a case of a carnivore okay, not just one carnivore, okay? Let's find 5 fully carnivore. I'm not saying, no, they didn't eat any plants, guys. Full carnivore. No plants, no fruit, no ginger, no seeds, no beans, no nothing. Just meat. Show me a case of a person who was only eating meat that did not go into the forest and come back with like some kind of tick or something as it later finds out, right? Not like that. I mean a carnivore that just ate meat and only meat for like years and years and years. Okay? Didn't do anything too crazy, wasn't too stressful, didn't go. And the cause of death can't be, found out they were allergic to meat or something, because that doesn't count. I'm talking like heart scares, blood pressure scares that end up with them in the hospital and later dying. Don't talk about friggin' what's his name either. Because that doesn't count either. They can't die from an injury and they can't be dying from ticks. They have to be dead from metabolic issues or something. Find me a case where a carnivore that's fully 100% never ate a single plant for decades died of a health condition that was metabolic in nature.
It's about adding the right foods and some strategic supplements to help you avoid deficiency.
You don't need, dude, this is the other thing too. Supplements. If your diet, if you're eating the right food, you shouldn't need why? Why do we need supplements? Guys, this is what I mean.
And maximize your lifespan. Science has proven that a plant-based diet is one of the most powerful.
Oh my God. And here we go. Science is proven, science is proven, science is proven that? Science? What science? What year? What's the latest paper? What's the latest statistics? Oh, you're only going by 2021? Sorry, but that's expired. It's 4 years old.
Tools to extend our lifespan. Large-scale studies consistently link meat consumption.
I wish a scientific study would come out on pure carnivores. I wish. Because right now, all we're getting is meta-analyses and things like that. We need a proper study.
To a higher risk of disease and death. It's no coincidence that people
Shut up. Shut up. You can't claim crap. You can't claim crap when vegans are out here getting the same exact problems.
in blue zones, regions of the world with the longest life
You idiot. Blue zones are also not applicable. They eat meat too. Smart Alec, try again.
spans, eat predominantly or
No, they don't eat predominantly. They actually eat entirely meat-based or predominantly meat-based diets. You're getting it flipped.
entirely plant-based diets. One big reason plant-based diets help people live longer is that they're full of essential nutrients.
Like what? Essential? Essential nutrients? Are carbs essential? Okay, in a literal sense, there's essential fatty acids, essential amino acids. I don't remember learning about essential carbohydrates.
A 2021 systematic review found that people who eat plant-based diets
Essential fatty acids, essential proteins, amino acids. Where's the essential carbs? Sorry.
typically have higher intakes of fiber, polyunsaturated fatty acids, folate, magnesium, and vitamins B1, B6, C, and E.
What about B12? Where do you get B12? What about the methylcobalamin? What about the, what is it? And what about like folate? That's not what's in plants. Isn't it like folic acid or something in plants? It's not even called folate in plants. I might be wrong on the name. But I don't know how he could flip these around and say, this one's healthy and this one isn't. Polyunsaturated fats are the problem here, especially when you cook them at high temperatures. It's been proven through, like, what is it? They've examined them. They oxidize. Maybe you should go look at that science.
All nutrients critical for optimal health. However, while plant-based diets offer a powerful nutrient boost,
See, you're already like, now you're backing away from that. Now you're saying, oh, but plant-based diets are not all the diets. If a diet is this complicated, that's how you know it's not right to do. A meat-based diet is supposed to be what humans eat. That's supposed to be what we do. I'm not saying you have to eat full keto, but I do think a meat-based diet is the best diet. Do I think you're bulletproof? No. But another video I'm going to watch, you're going to hear her say something. It's a her, because I kind of watched a little bit of it beforehand. You're going to hear her say stuff that makes sense, but again, I don't believe it just because of what I've seen with vegans dying so young.
some studies show that vegans may be more susceptible to deficiencies
Yes, and what fixes those deficiencies? What fixes them? Fortification? Lab creations? When it could be so much more simple?
in key nutrients like vitamin B12, iodine, selenium, and zinc.
Yep, all vitamins you can get in meat, which are healthy, by the way, because if they weren't, I'd be dead by now.
Deficiencies like these can have serious
Not just with a cavity, I'd be dead.
effects on your health and lifespan, but they're entirely and easily preventable with the right approach. I've been vegan for over 10 years now, and I have the blood work to prove that I have zero deficiencies.
You might have zero deficiencies, dude, but it's doing a number on your ego.
In this video, we'll cover the 9 essential nutrients that are often overlooked in unplanned plant-based diets and why
Unplanned. You don't have to plan a meat-based diet. You just get up and get some meat.
they're so important. Then I'll walk you through our complete vegan nutrition guide to help you avoid deficiencies and maximize your lifespan.
You see this? The fact you need a freaking nutrition guide. I'm not out here selling a book. I'm not out here claiming, oh, get this book from so-and-so. You might want to read. I don't even read books. I might say, watch this person. Maybe, if people like books so much, I might say to read certain books, but I don't actually read books very much because I'm not interested in half the things that are written nowadays. So it's like, dude, like, if a diet requires a nutrition guide, supplements, and planning, it's not the proper diet for humans.
Let's dive in, starting with the first of 9 key nutrients, iron.
Which, by the way, heme iron was the only thing that helped me. So try again and saying, oh, it's not healthy, because he does say that.
Iron deficiency is one of the most common nutrient deficiencies in the world, in part due to the inherent low bioavailability of dietary iron. Iron is essential for producing hemoglobin, a protein found in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout the body, and for supporting overall energy metabolism, immune function, and cognitive health. Here's a chart of the recommended daily iron intakes for both men and women, according to the National Institutes of Health. There are 2 types of iron: heme iron, which comes from meats, and non-heme iron, which comes from plants.
And you flip it. This is how you flip it.
Non-heme iron is healthy, whereas heme iron is not.
See? You see this? I have heard that even people with hemochromatosis can still eat red meat. The thing about people with hemochromatosis is the fat intake. The more fat that they take in, and I know this because Ivor Cummins has had hemochromatosis. The more fat that he ate and the lower carb he went, the lower his ferritin went. So don't even try with me. Don't even try with me.
And here's proof. In 2017, researchers from the National Cancer...
But that's only one case. I don't care. I don't care. There's plenty of people that have that hemochromatosis. And I'm sure the same... Frank Tufano's out here claiming he has hemochromatosis. Iron ferritin level at 4... Your ferritin level's at 40. Oh no. Ivor had levels up to 500. My level was at 44 and my doctor wasn't even the slightest bit concerned. That's the highest it's ever been in literal years. So don't even.
Institute used data from the NIH AARP Diet and Health Study, which is the most rigorous study of diet and mortality
Is it meta-analysis? Because it's already a failure if it is.
ever conducted with more than 500,000 participants to show for the first time independent associations between the intake of heme iron and death. Specifically, the researchers determined that
For God's sake. Heme iron and death? The freak? God. How can you sit here and claim this as if it's full-blown fact? These studies, I am very positive, were not conducted well. Were they on people? Were they done as like double-blinded, and were they locked in a room? Fed through tubes? I say fed through tubes because that'd be the only way to fully control what they're putting into their stomachs.
0.8% of the association between...
I mean, yeah, you could just feed them in the room, but they could easily just break out. You'd have to tie them down, okay? And you would have to, like, feed them through a tube. How much heme iron were they given? Like, were they through transfusions? How can you sit here and just say that?
Processed red meats and all-cause mortality.
Processed red meats? You eat processed stuff all the time. How else do you get your soybeans into tofu? Huh? That's processed. Meat's processed. It's cut up and then put in a bag and then brought home. Or maybe it's put in a little tray thing and then wrapped up. And then you take it home and then you put it in your pot and then you cook it and then you eat it.
Was statistically accounted for by the heme iron intake alone. While heme iron intake is associated with an increased risk of death, critics of plant
Oh, shut up. If that was the case, I'd be dead by now because I eat a heck of a lot of it.
based diets will counter this by saying that non-heme iron is less bioavailable. That is true.
See? See? You see this? So, you shouldn't. I tried the non-heme iron options, you guys, and my ferritin still fell. When the ferritin falls, that's when you get into a danger zone because that's when the iron starts to fall. I was lucky.
Commonly cited non-heme
Especially after the iron infusions, my iron stayed up to like 19, but my ferritin kept falling. 19 millimoles. Do you guys measure in like percentages? Or like sometimes I've seen like milligrams per deciliter, I believe it is. Yeah. No. Mine is, they measure ours in millimoles. My iron was 19. And, but my ferritin fell in 6 months from 13 to 10. Dangerous. But tell me how heme iron is deadly.
iron bioavailability multiple is 1.8x from research conducted in 1991. Here are the resulting bioavailability adjusted recommended daily iron intakes across populations.
If the bioavailability is better, but yet for some weird reason it's deadly, how does that make sense?
Even though non-heme iron isn't absorbed as readily, you can still meet your daily needs, you just need to eat a bit more of it. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather put a little extra effort into making sure I get enough non-heme iron from plant-based foods than increase my risk of death by consuming heme iron from meats. The best way to ensure an
Oh my god, I'm so scared of meat that I'm afraid it'll kill me. I've been eating meat-based for 6 years. Shut up with your bull crap. This is ridiculous.
adequate intake of non-heme iron is to eat the best sources, which include tofu, white beans, lentils, pumpkin seeds, black beans, oats, chia seeds, hemp seeds, quinoa, and spinach. And to improve
Oh my god. I can't believe he's doing this. I'm never gonna get through this, you guys. I'll just let him talk for a bit. I don't even know what to say at this point.
your absorption of non-heme iron, you can strategically pair foods high in iron with foods high in vitamin C. That's because just 15
That might help the iron, but what about your ferritin, smart Alec?
milligrams of vitamin C boost iron absorption by up to 4 times. You can get 50 milligrams of vitamin C or more from 1 small orange, a third of a cup of red bell peppers, 2/3 of a cup of cut strawberries, or half a cup of cooked broccoli. So, with proper planning, how feasible is it for the population with the highest iron needs, pregnant women, to get enough plant-based iron?
They also throw up all the time because of the morning sickness. And you're gonna sit here and tell them to eat acidic foods, and when they have like reflux up the yin yang, and no matter what they do, it doesn't matter if they try to neutralize the acid, they're just gonna get more acid, and you're gonna force them to eat all of this stuff when they're morning sick. I understand sometimes they have like meat aversions, and this would just be with the regular person who actually eats meat, but like still, this is insane.
A pregnant woman's daily recommended iron intake is 27 milligrams on a mixed diet of plant and animal foods, or 48.6 milligrams of plant-based iron after using the 1.8x bioavailability multiple.
Holy crap, how the heck are you gonna be able to get that much?
is slightly above the tolerable upper intake level of 45 milligrams per day for adults, but that figure is based on a mixed diet that includes heme iron from meats. Plus, even if you do go over, eating a little extra plant-based iron isn't a big deal because your body is much better at regulating its non-heme iron intake
said the Neanderthals 250,000 years ago.
to meet your precise iron needs. But beyond the bioavailability of non-heme iron absorption rates also vary based on other factors like meal composition and the inhibition of iron absorption due to calcium and certain compounds like phytates, polyphenols, and oxalates.
This is what I mean. This diet is so complicated. It's so, like, diets are not supposed to be complicated. You don't see animals. What do I eat today? I got too much of this yesterday. I should cut down on that one and go and eat some of that one. Is there enough of this one? You don't see animals do that. Animals eat whatever they can find. You don't see a lion going, I ate too much frickin' impala today. I'm going to look for rodents. You don't see a lion doing that.
In fact, two beverages that are high in polyphenols, coffee and tea, have been shown to reduce iron absorption by 50 to 90% when eaten with an iron-rich meal. Furthermore, the efficiency of iron absorption can vary between individuals due to differences in intestinal health, iron stores, and overall iron needs. With these iron absorption factors in mind, let's be very conservative and say that adding vitamin C to an iron-rich meal simply cancels out the lower bioavailability of plant-based iron. So to boost our non-heme iron bioavailability to match that of heme iron, we just need to be sure to include 50 milligrams of vitamin C in our meals, which is really easy to do. If you make oatmeal for breakfast with half a cup of dry oats, 1 cup of vanilla soy milk, and some extra water, then add 1 tablespoon each of ground flaxseed, chia seed, and hemp seed, and top with a half cup of mango and 2/3 of a cup of chopped strawberry.
Oh my lord, this is so complicated. Mango. Guys, I had a small cup of mango before. I wanted to try it. And I felt so gross after that. It was nice. It tasted kind of good. But I got so, ugh, afterwards.
With half of a medium orange on the side, that is 6.4 milligrams of iron with a vitamin C boost from the mango, strawberries, and orange to, at minimum, counteract the lower bioavailability of this meal's non-heme iron. Throw in a serving of pea protein powder for a protein boost.
Oh my god. This is so complicated. How do you do this? You can't. You can't.
If you want, and that's another 2 to 7 milligrams of iron depending
You don't see vegans do this. You just don't because it's impossible.
on the brand. This breakfast totals a whopping 11.4 milligrams of iron in just 600 calories. We also added an ounce of almonds as a snack to boost our vitamin E.
Ounce? How much is an ounce? Like a quarter cup? Almonds are very tricky. You gotta be careful.
For lunch, we'll have a tofu kimchi rice bowl with bok choy that packs 8.1 milligrams of iron and over 50 milligrams of vitamin C. This recipe is absolutely delicious and perfect for cozy weather. Then for dinner, we'll have some hearty tofu chili with a garlic kale salad.
You will. I won't.
Each serving contains 4 ounces of super firm tofu, a 1/3 cup of white beans,
For breakfast, I'll have meat. For lunch, I'll have meat. And then for dinner, I'll have meat. And then liver.
and a 1/3 cup of black.
That's it. It's so simple. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to cut up stuff, chop things, peel stuff, chop more things, grind stuff, add spices left, right, and center. Simmer this, cook that, prep this. Check to see if this is still good to eat. Oh my lord, I can't.
Beans, along with a 1/4 of a medium red bell pepper, crushed tomatoes, lime, garlic, onion, and other spices. A serving of this tofu chili paired with our flavorful garlic kale salad packs another 12.7 milligrams of iron with a vitamin C boost from the kale and red bell pepper. This meal plan clocks in under 1,800 calories with 33.4 milligrams of iron and at least 50 milligrams of vitamin C in every meal. This is just one example of a meal plan that proves, with proper planning, that anyone, including
Yeah, but you eat 500 grams of carbs. 150 milligrams of vitamin C is not going to cut it.
pregnant women with the highest iron needs, can get adequate non-heme iron by following a 100% plant-based diet without iron supplements.
You're promoting scurvy with this, is what you're doing, because if you eat 500 grams of carbs, because I can almost guarantee you're getting about 500 grams of carbs in this, you're only getting 150 grams of vitamin C, milligrams I mean. You need more. You need at least probably 1,000, because that's just way too much. 500 grams of carbs and only 150 milligrams of vitamin C? No, no. I smell scurvy on the way for that, because for eating like that, it's I just don't see. I just don't like.
Please remember that the only way to know for sure if you are getting enough iron is to get a regular blood test.
Which you shouldn't have to do. I mean, okay, I get getting blood tested just to be on the safe side, but you shouldn't have to worry. It shouldn't be such a big deal. Like, let's say, for example, you had to cancel because a family member got really sick and you don't live in this country, so you have to fly to your home country to see your family there. So you're going to be gone for like 2 weeks to a month, and then your doctor can't fit you in for another 2 months. So at least at that point, you wouldn't have to worry so much, right? This is like, with a vegan diet, you have to worry. There's so much worrying because you're like, you're always trying to tweak things because you don't ever feel good. And then you're trying to change it. You feel good for a time and then you don't again. And then it's...
And if you are pregnant, please consider evaluating your diet, blood work results, and potential supplement needs with your physician. Next up is zinc, which...
Yeah, because every animal also has physicians. Lions are coached on what to eat and what not to eat every day by physicians, even adult lions. I've actually seen an adult lion, a mother, like a lioness. She was with her friend. Her friend said, "You gotta stop eating so many friggin' impala, honey bun. You gotta start eating more rodents, more birds." And she said, "Why?" And her friend was like, "Because you're gonna get cancer." Yeah, that totally happens. I'm totally making a joke, you guys.
Is important for your immune system, wound healing, metabolism, and DNA synthesis. The recommended daily target for men is 11 milligrams and 8 milligrams for women, or 11 if you are pregnant and 12 if you are breastfeeding. Now, there is no single food that will meet your daily zinc needs like there are for some of our other nutrients. To get enough zinc, you should eat 3 important...
Liver. Hello.
Video player. Text field.
Sorry.
Editing. Search. Character mode.
I don't know what I just did there. Sorry, guys.
Select video.
I'm stuck.
Button.
vegan food groups daily.
Video will be paused and available
Whole
on the bottom
grains,
right of the
nuts and
Shut
seeds,
up.
and legumes. The best sources...
Go
Now, there
back.
is no single food that will meet your daily zinc needs like there are for some of our other nutrients.
Liver.
To get enough zinc, you should eat 3 important vegan
Liver toxic. No, it's not.
food groups daily. Whole grains, nuts and seeds, and legumes. The best sources include quinoa, whole wheat bread, oats, pumpkin seeds, cashews,
My stomach hurts thinking about this.
hemp seeds, tofu, lentils, and tempeh. However, the zinc in these foods is often bound to compounds called phytates.
Exactly. And there's no real way to get rid of that, is there?
Natural compounds in plant foods that can block the absorption of certain minerals. But, just like with iron, there are some ways to boost absorption. For example, adding some chopped onion or a clove of garlic to your meal can increase zinc absorption by as much as 160%. If your doctor confirms that you have a zinc deficiency, a supplement may be necessary. Otherwise, high-dose zinc supplements should be avoided, as excessive zinc intake can actually throw off other minerals in your body. Many vegan multivitamins contain some zinc to contribute toward your daily needs, which can be helpful to make sure that you're getting enough without going overboard. Next is vitamin K, which is essential for blood clotting and bone health. It comes in 2 forms: K1 and K2. Vitamin K is found most abundantly in plants, which gives vegans a leg up. The best
It's K1 though, smart aleck, and it's not gonna work. Oh my god.
sources of vitamin K1 are dark leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables, like spinach, kale, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. Dark leafy greens can even be considered as a kind of K1 supplement, since just a single cup of raw or 1/4 cup of cooked spinach, collard greens, or Swiss chard provides all of the vitamin K that you need for the day.
You realize that the people that have already done this have experienced kidney stones from all of this? You really think that this is gonna help when people have already done this?
According to the National Institutes of Health,
My mom doesn't even make spinach. She never buys kale. I don't even remember her ever having Swiss chard. I don't think I ever tried that a day in my life. And I'm glad I haven't.
the NIH, the recommended
Guys, if I sound a bit more low key, it's because it's late at night. I'm tired but I want to get this out, and plus I'm trying to be quiet for other people.
daily intake of vitamin K for adults is 120 micrograms for men and 90 micrograms for women. Vitamin K1 accounts for 90% of the total vitamin K in the average person's diet.
Not if you eat only meat. Then it's K2. you need a fat if you're going to eat K, okay? I'm not afraid of this stuff anymore. Meat, when you look into it more, meat does have vitamin C. We're not going to get into specifics about what's healthy, what's not, okay? But meat does have vitamin C. But it's when you overcook it, like it's never, if it's not temperature controlled and, you just cook things till it's like really tough or whatever, then I don't see you able to keep the B and C vitamins in there. But as long as it's temperature controlled, I think you're pretty good. I do.
However, only 10 to 15% of K1 is actually absorbed through the digestive system.
And you wonder why so many people are quitting veganism. You wonder because of, again, this absorption problem.
Getting vitamin K2 is a bit more challenging.
Did you get tested for K1 and K2? Did you? Did you get tested for that? I bet not.
Bacteria in our guts can convert vitamin
Can you even test for that?
K1 from these foods into vitamin K2, but this process is limited and varies from person to person.
Why? How can we just sit here and... What the... My mind is about to blow up.
Research suggests the consistent consumption of vitamin K2 can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, bone loss, and potentially other age-related diseases.
And how long ago was this? How long ago did this come out?
Furthermore, vitamin K2 has a longer half-life, meaning that it stays in the body longer than K1, allowing it to continuously support bone and cardiovascular health over an extended period.
Yeah, so that's the source you want. And the best way to get it is meat. Okay? Okay.
There are several forms of vitamin K2, but MK4 and MK7 are the most studied.
MK4. Yikes. Anytime I hear MK, I think of MK Ultra. Oof. Anytime I hear MK, it's so freaky.
MK7 appears to have greater potency in terms of absorption and bioavailability. While fermented foods like sauerkraut and kimchi provide small amounts of K2, the richest dietary source is natto, a Japanese fermented soybean dish that contains around 900 micrograms of MK7 per 100 grams.
You see, this is the only way to get it, right? And I hear it tastes awful.
And now I'm going to try natto for the first time. All right. Honestly, this looks pretty gross. Let's try it.
I bet you it does, and I bet you it tastes gross. Does it smell gross? Can you smell? If you can't, you need more zinc.
My mouth doesn't even want to chew.
Love that for you. Meat's so much easier to chew, is it not?
If this extended my lifespan by a decade, eating this every day, I would happily choose to die.
See? See?
10 years earlier. That's how it tastes.
Yep. Yep. I bet you it does.
And for the record,
I knew that was coming because I did hear somebody else do a taste test of it. It would, yeah.
there's a Japanese grocery store that we got this from. This is legit. This is not some American style natto. Yeah, that is unreal how bad that is. So as a side benefit,
I wonder what they pair it with. I'm pretty sure they put something on it or mix it in something because the Japanese eat it, so maybe they don't. Maybe it's only the poor people that eat it.
fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, and natto are great for your gut health because they contain beneficial bacteria or probiotics that can help.
Side question, completely unrelated, but we're talking about Japan. What's with the funny little voices with the Japanese anime? With the Janime? What's with the, like... They talk like this, and it's so stupid, and it's like, why? Why? It's so... Ugh. Like, a childhood show that I used to watch, I used to love watching it. There was a Japanese version I found on YouTube. And It, the main character talked like that. I think even some of the other characters did too. And some of the girls did, except for one of them.
Balance the gut microbiome, and that's why Dr. B recommends that you eat them daily.
Increase your fermented food intake to several servings per day. By the way, a serving is a rather small
Dr. B, who is this guy?
amount. Like, so for example, if we're talking about sauerkraut, what are we talking about? A couple bites of sauerkraut. We're not talking about a big bowl. So increase your fermented food intake, and let's see what happens to your microbiome.
If you don't eat plenty of K1-packed plants and regularly consume fermented foods that contain K2, particularly natto, then you may consider supplementing with a vitamin K2.
Yeah, you said you'd rather die earlier because of the taste of that. I don't see many people eating that.
In fact, nutrition researchers have been calling for a separate vitamin K2 recommended daily intake.
And Japanese eat animal products as well. They eat fish and eggs. Okay? They do. I would assume they eat beef as well, but I might be wrong. Natto is probably mixed with something.
For years. But if there's no current recommended daily intake for vitamin K2
That isn't vegan.
in the US, then how much should you supplement? Well, in Japan, natto is frequently eaten in doses of 50 grams, which equals about 450 micrograms of MK7 per day, with no reported adverse toxic or dose-dependent effects. In fact, longevity pioneer Brian Johnson currently takes 5,000.
You really are gonna go by him? He is not a longevity expert. His body is at 93 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going to kill him because it's gonna drop more and more. I bet you. He's gonna go into hypothermia. He already is in hypothermia. He doesn't sweat. I can almost guarantee you that. He doesn't sweat anymore. That's all shut off because the body can't heat up anymore. It has to heat up in one aspect to cool down in another, and it can't. How? It heats up so that the air around you cools you off. And if you don't sweat, that won't happen.
Micrograms of MK4 and 600 micrograms of MK7 daily, which is how much his Blueprint Essential Soft Gel contains. Given the potential benefits of vitamin K2, it seems reasonable to supplement with 50 to 100 micrograms per day, which is the range that you'll find in most K2 supplements. But there do not appear to be any negative consequences for going higher if you choose to do so. Again, please keep in mind that there is currently no established daily recommendation, so this target might change. Hey, real quick, if you're getting value from this video, please hit the like button
I'm not, and I know I won't. I don't even know why I'm watching this.
and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. It really helps our channel grow, and we've got lots of amazing content coming that you're not going to want to miss. All right, back to the video. Next up is iodine, an essential component of thyroid hormones.
Fish has it. Organ meats have it. I can't do iodine. I tried. I tried iodine supplementing, and I had jitters. Almost jitters. It wasn't even like a giddy energy anymore. It was very jittery. It was, well, I didn't really, I guess it would be giddy. It was like close to becoming jitters. It helped me with my cold hands and feet, but I didn't like how I felt. Like internally, I felt very, very, I wanted to crawl out of my own skin. Like, I can't do iodine. I can't do that anymore. And this was Lugol's 2%, like what Dr. Berry recommends. Lugol's 2%, and I could not do it.
That regulate the body's metabolism. Most iodine on Earth comes from the ocean. So plant foods like nori, wakame, kombu, and dulse are some of the richest sources of this nutrient. Now, I don't
Dulse? I feel like that's pronounced wrong.
typically eat seaweed as part of my normal diet. So if you're like me, then you can use these foods as powerful supplements. Adults need 150 micrograms of iodine per day, while pregnant women require 220 micrograms, and breastfeeding women need 290 micrograms. 1 teaspoon of dulse can meet your daily iodine needs, and it works great sprinkled on soups, stir fries, or tofu scrambles. Just keep in mind that rehydrating or cooking seaweed can significantly reduce its iodine content. Alternatively, you can snack on a small piece of kombu every day, which is what I do to meet my iodine needs. In preparation for this lesson, I ran a simple experiment to determine how much kombu you should eat to meet your daily recommended intake. I mapped out a kombu seaweed sheet on paper, calculated the surface area, weighed it, and determined that a US quarter-size piece of kombu, which is a circle with a 1 inch or 2.5 centimeter diameter, meets the recommended daily intake of all adults. This weighs less than a gram, so you cannot accurately measure it on a food scale. With this small serving size in mind, please note that kombu and other varieties of kelp are extremely high in iodine compared to other sea vegetables. So be mindful of your portion size. Too much iodine can cause thyroid dysfunction and other health issues.
My mom threw up from too much iodine before. She did. It was bad.
So you don't want to exceed the upper limit of 1,100 micrograms per day for adults. Additionally, choose a seaweed brand that tests for heavy metals. If seaweed isn't your thing, iodized salt is another food as a supplement option.
It's white salt. Don't get white salt, guys. Stop buying white salt.
Depending on the brand,
Yes, I'm racist towards salt. It doesn't taste good. It's only sodium and it throws all your other electrolytes off. Get the mineral salts. Pink salt.
half to 3/4 of a teaspoon of iodized salt meets your daily iodine needs. Just be mindful of your sodium intake. If you do not eat seaweed or iodized salt in your diet regularly, then taking a multivitamin.
Yeah, but because there's people, oh, what's your salt intake? So how are they going to do that? Now, when they say too much of the stuff, it's like, just eat freaking meat and everything will balance itself out. But you need carb for no, your body produces sugar through the liver. But that's no, it's not. It's not dangerous. It's a survival mechanism. If that was the case, then how did our human ancestors live so long? Because I guarantee you, not all of them died young. I can almost guarantee you that.
Containing iodine can be an effective and safe way to meet your daily iodine needs. Just be sure to monitor your intake. Next up is selenium. Like iodine, selenium plays a crucial role in thyroid health as
I tried taking iodine and selenium. That's when my heart stuff first started. And then it just did not stop.
well as DNA synthesis and antioxidant activity. It is found in a wide variety of plant-based foods such as whole grains, nuts, seeds, and legumes.
And I think it was because of the iron problem that I had. And then like on top of that, I was like ramping up my thyroid function, but I was low in iron, so it threw everything else off. And then my heart was like, what do I do? Like everything was just going nuts.
However, the selenium content of these foods can vary based on soil quality. If you eat a varied plant-based diet that includes selenium-rich foods like Brazil nuts, then you should be well covered for your selenium needs. Men and women both need 55 micrograms per day, while pregnant and breastfeeding women require 60 and 70 micrograms per day, respectively. One Brazil nut on average contains 90 micrograms of selenium. This makes Brazil nuts a great natural selenium supplement. However, keep in mind the upper daily limit for selenium is 400 micrograms for adults. Exceeding this amount can lead to selenosis, a condition that causes symptoms like gastrointestinal issues, hair loss, fatigue, irritability, and nerve damage.
All the more reason, guys, to stop eating plants predominantly. This is why I eat. When I eat, it's bioavailable minerals and vitamins and proteins and stuff. Why are we doing this? This is bad.
Depending on the rest of your diet, eating just 4 to 5 Brazil nuts can put you beyond the upper limit of 400 micrograms per day for selenium, so be sure to consume them in moderation. These are not the kind of nuts that you want to be eating by the handful. Standalone selenium supplements can also increase the risk of toxicity if not monitored carefully.
Exactly. Eat meat. Meat has selenium. Organ meats and all that stuff. Yeah.
However, some vegan multivitamins contain a small, safe amount of selenium to help meet your daily needs, which can be a reliable way to ensure that you're getting enough without exceeding safe limits. Next up is calcium, an essential mineral for the structure of bones and teeth. It's also crucial for your heart, blood vessels, muscles, and nervous system.
Hearts. Why are you saying it like hearts? Like there's more than one? You only have one heart. Heart. Heart.
And newsflash, you don't need cow's milk to get enough calcium.
No. But you can eat meat and you get it through meat. It's probably better to get it through meat because I think dairy might have too much at times. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But don't they fortify it?
Furthermore, cow's milk does not do a body good. It's genetically engineered to
Oh, shut up. Here we go again with more stupid claims that actually are not rooted in truth, because if it was the case, then everybody in the world would have stopped drinking milk. Like, end of. Like, nobody in the world would drink milk ever.
grow a calf from 80 pounds at birth to over 600 pounds within 1 year. Cow's milk also contains saturated fat, cholesterol,
Yes, and you need both.
growth hormones, and can also contain antibiotic residues,
Maybe if you lived in 2001.
which have been linked to health issues like heart disease, diabetes, acne, and cancer. There's a reason more than 65% of people in the world are lactose intolerant.
Okay, the lactose intolerant thing is one thing, but you're sitting here saying milk is proven to do this and proven to do that, and you're not even asking any questions. It's disgusting. Stop. Just stop talking.
Most humans stop producing the enzyme needed to digest lactose after infancy because we aren't meant to drink milk intended for baby cows.
That part is true. That's the only part you said that's true so far in this entire freaking thing that I can completely agree with. Everything else is complete horse. Beep.
The recommended daily intake of calcium for most adults is 1,000 milligrams per day. For women over 50 and men over 70, the recommendation increases to 1,200 milligrams per day.
You're not going to get calcium eating anything high in oxalates. You're just going to get calcium oxalate stones. How fun.
To support bone health as the risk of osteoporosis rises with age. The best plant-based calcium sources include legumes like white, navy, and kidney beans, leafy greens like
Oh, kidney beans. The very bean that if you cook them wrong, you get violently ill and possibly even die.
collards, bok choy, and kale, and seeds like chia seeds and tahini,
Kale. Oh, a vegetable that not even sheep will eat.
which is ground sesame seeds. These foods offer calcium that is generally well absorbed by the body. Also, many brands of tofu and plant-based milks are fortified with calcium, which can help
Fortified. Because that's what makes a diet natural, is when it's fortified with stuff created in labs, things extracted. That's how a diet should be. Eating extracted herbs and spices and eating a bunch of on the daily, every single day, 365 days a year. Because apparently it's better for you. No, let's not eat what we ate for 250 plus thousand years. And even though our genetics haven't changed that much, we're applauding, oh, but it's the modern world now and we have the choice.
meet your daily needs. To check if your
Your genetics don't understand the choice.
tofu or plant milk is fortified, simply look at the calcium content on the nutrition label. If it's more than a few percent of the daily value, it's likely fortified. While it is possible to obtain enough calcium from non-fortified plant foods, this may require careful planning to include a variety of high calcium options in your diet. For most people, combining calcium-fortified foods with naturally calcium-rich whole plant foods is the most effective approach. Be cautious with calcium supplements, as some studies suggest that they may increase heart disease risk in postmenopausal women.
Just eat dairy and meat. Butter. If you can't do milk, do butter. If you can't do butter, maybe do ghee. But if you really can't even do ghee, saturated fat and meat. Oh my God. What year do these people live in? Because this stuff is not true. We've already discovered this. Like, and genetically, we're still not adapted well enough.
Before taking supplements, consult with a healthcare provider to determine if they are necessary and safe for you. Keep in mind that the recommended upper limit for calcium is 2,500 milligrams per day for adults aged 19 to 50 and 2,000 milligrams per day for those 51 and older. Additionally, vitamin D is essential for optimal calcium absorption. Low calcium levels in a lab
D3, bitch.
Yes.
Sorry. I called him a bitch. I'm sorry.
could indicate a vitamin D deficiency rather than inadequate calcium intake. Next up are omega-3s, which are essential for brain, eye,
Yeah, and you only get those, by the way, from animal products. Who wants to eat a fungus? Isn't an algae kind of a fungus?
heart, and immune health. These nutrients are not classified as vitamins or minerals, but are essential fatty acids that our bodies cannot synthesize on their own, so we must obtain them from our diet. There are three types of omega-3s. ALA, DHA, and EPA. You can get all of the ALA that you need by including at least one serving of an ALA-rich food in your diet daily. Some great sources of ALA are ground flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, and walnuts. The recommended daily intake of ALA is 1.6 grams for men, 1.1 grams for women, 1.4 grams for pregnant women, and 1.3 grams for breastfeeding women. You can meet your daily ALA needs with just one of the following: 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds, or 6 walnut halves for women and 9 for men. Pregnant and breastfeeding women should aim for 8 and 7 walnut halves, respectively. To maximize absorption, be sure to grind your flax seeds and grind and hydrate your chia seeds. A simple way to do this is by blending them into a smoothie with a high-powered blender. But what about the other two omega-3s, EPA and DHA? While our bodies can convert some dietary ALA to DHA and EPA, the conversion rates are quite low. Studies estimate that only 5 to 10% of ALA is converted to EPA, and just 2 to 5% to DHA in healthy adults.
Isn't that bad then? That should be bad, isn't it? Shouldn't it?
Suggests that DHA conversion rates may be even lower, below 1%. Decades of research have shown that supplementing with the omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, can help to maximize our health span. While it is true that fish and fish oil contain high levels of these omega-3s, they aren't the original source.
Oh my God. Guys, I can't do this. I can't. I'm sick and tired of the same freaking claims over and over and over again when it's already been proven wrong. He makes the claims that have already been proven to be wrong. It doesn't matter where the source is. It matters if you absorb it or not. That's the other thing too. I can't with this. I cannot do it anymore. I can't. I think I'm gonna quit, guys. I can't do this. I cannot finish. Okay? Like, I don't like to quit on videos because... But this is insane. I can't do it. I can't do it. Wow, I can't. Okay, guys, that's it for this. I'm done. I can't do this. He's like, I can't listen to him make claims that we know aren't true. So, yeah, I will see you all in the next one then. Later, guys. Go!